A Coffee County family is in shambles after a loved one tragically lost his life doing what he loves most. Family members of Elba man Byron Burks described him as one of the most dependable people they've ever met, one who was full of life and attacked every day head on. A former athlete for Elba High School, Burks always had a love for fishing and being out on the open waters, but his family never thought they would lose him to it.
They finally brought him up. That's when the little hope that we did have that he might be rescued alive, it just went out the windows.
Coffee County Emergency Services arrived overnight at the 19,000 block of Highway 84 after a homeowner called about a boat turned over in a pond. Officials say that Burks and another man who family members say was a relative were out fishing when their boat turned over. Family members say a relative was renting out some land on which the pond sat, and Burks would regularly go out there to fish. Once firefighters arrived, they quickly formed a human chain to help bring the other relative to shore, but they could not locate Burks. And after hours of searching, his body was finally discovered. Burks drowned to death.
We know not to ask God why, but at the same time, just not knowing what really happened out there. We was distraught, we was dismantled, we was out of our minds. We done suffered loss after loss.
The relative was taken to a nearby hospital, but 2 firefighters were also transported suffering from hypothermia due to being in the freezing water. But the 2 have since made a full recovery.
They were exposed to the elements for a little bit. They all checked out okay, and they're back home and safe.
The family says they were still dealing with the death of Burks' grandfather, and this news leaves them with more questions than answers. Now, Burks' family says they are extremely grateful for all the support that has been shown from the Elba and New Brockton community, as well as anyone else that has reached out to them. And I've been told that the relative that was with Burks that night, he has been released from the hospital. Chief Grimes of the New Brockton Police Department has wanted to extend his gratitude to all parties that were involved in bringing him home. In Coffee County, Christian Jones, WDHN News for the Wiregrass.